martinis?
No, it's when it's snowy.
You don't want to drive? What are you driving? Is it a
Prius?
Prius, that's right. I knew it was.
It's like a Tinker toy.
I knew it was a Prius.
Yeah.
Tinker toy, and you have a Tinker dog.
I do. I'm very tinky.
You put the full screen on, my friend. Timing is good. This is gonna be a good freaking show. I think you can tell that already.
We'll see.
Right,
no
we got the full
promises.
screen. Oh, you're gonna effing crush it.
No appointments,
If you drop
no
some
disappointments.
profanities, that's okay too. Ooh, the full screen
No
is
profanities.
up. I occasionally drop
Ooh.
profanities. Actually, that's a full
Actually,
screen.
I heard one. I think I watched a profanity. Oh, no, you sent me a profanity last
via
night.
Facebook Messenger. Did that take you aback?
I was like, okay.
That took you aback?
That's how we're
That's
rolling.
how we're rolling.
No, I felt more comfortable.
And we're in public, right, Judah? All right. So we're about 20 seconds away, and we already have someone on the cast. Mark, welcome to the show. We're about 20 seconds away, guys, from arguably one of my favorite entrepreneurs in Charlottesville. Her name is Tiffany Smith from the Virginia Shop. Welcome
Hi.
Timothy Reed to the program, Bobby Kirby to the
Tim
program,
Reed, I know
Anja to
you.
the program, Jed Williams on the program.
Aw.
You're a popular lady here.
Well, you know.
Judah, and you're going to count me down, and whenever you're ready. Judah Wickhauer, the producer behind the show. He makes us look and sound good.
I know. I mean, he's already doing a great job, I think. We'll see.
We will hope.
Yeah.
The tough part about being him is he's like the holder in football. He gets no credit when the show does well, but when it struggles, Judah. But
Judah.
I love Judah.
And he puts up with you, Jerry
He
Miller.
does put up with me. That's
Jerry
why he
Miller.
drinks.
Look at that. Look at that face.
All right, count me down whenever you're ready, sir. Peyton, welcome to the show. Guys, welcome to the I Love CVille Show. This one is going to be a beauty. My name is Jerry Miller, and the I Love CVille Show, of course, thanks to the fine folks at Greenberry's Coffee. Sean and Roxanne Simmons, for more than 25 years, have built a coffee mecca right here in Charlottesville, Virginia. 32 locations across the globe, including Qatar, Japan. They're going to the West
Saudi
Coast.
Arabia?
Saudi Arabia.
They're my neighbor.
they're
They're
her neighbor.
amazing.
Let's go to
I'm
the
there
two
like
shot.
every day.
Yeah. Okay, guys. The voice you hear is someone that I know is going to make this program better. Her name is Tiffany Smith. She is the neighbor of Greenberry's Coffee at the Virginia Shop.
I am. I'm the owner of the Virginia Shop, Barracks Road Shopping Center, and we love Greenberries.
They have been around for a while, and I'll tell you what, your business is certainly going to similar successes. She has, without question, the Virginia Shop, a Charlottesville icon, a retail dynamo, a direct mail dynamo. Her gift baskets and what she does at Christmas time and for people moving into the University of Virginia are second to none in this community.
Thank you,
and
Jerry.
That's facts. I want to put into perspective Tiffany Smith's entrepreneurial journey, how she's gotten to be one of the best retailistas in the city. And
Retailistas?
I just made that up. Do you like it?
That is amazing.
Do you like
yes.
retailistas? Is that fair?
Yeah, that is so fair. I'm digging it.
And she's also
time.
a standout in theater in Charlottesville. So a lot I want to
I'm
cover.
very theatrical.
You are very theatrical. This is going to be a good one. So let's talk about the Virginia Shop. We'll start open-ended. How did we get to this point, Tiffany?
Well, the Virginia Shop's been around since 1990. There have been 4 owners. I am the 4th. But I bought the shop almost 9 years ago from a gentleman named Willis Logan, and I was hired to develop his marketing for corporate gift baskets and wedding welcome gifts. And then he decided to go to seminary school and was like, I'm going to sell the business. Well, hold on, let me do my Willis Logan impression.
Sure.
My name is Willis Logan, and this is, sometimes life is horse shit. Sorry for the curse. But I am going to sell this business, and I understand if you want to leave the job. And so I said, Mr. Logan, who are you going to sell the business to? And he said, I don't know. You interested? And a year later, we negotiated, and I bought the business.
That's awesome.
I know.
That's awesome. So like kind of one of those entrepreneurial journeys where certainly hard work, vision, but sometimes a little luck.
Yeah.
Good place, right time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I actually came down here. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, I want to do something in theater. Maybe I was inspired by doing children's theater in Charlottesville. And so I thought about like doing that sort of thing and engaging my time in the theater community and trying to make money at that.
Which is tough in Charlottesville, right? I mean, is that even plausible?
Yeah,
Is it possible?
It is possible. I have lots of colleagues that, I have a really dear friend of mine that has a wonderful, thriving children's theater business, and lots of people are very engaged in local theater. It's very prosperous here, thank God. I mean, we have so many wonderful people that support local theater, which is very important.
Totally.
Support your local theater.
Totally.
But yeah, I that was where I was headed until this opportunity fell into my lap. But of course, it took a lot of work and a lot of education, self-education for me to.
And we're going to put that in perspective, guys. Tiffany Smith, our guest, the owner of the Virginia shop, and I think I mentioned to her, for the last 16 of the last 18 years I've been in Charlottesville, I have purchased Christmas gifts from the Virginia shop.
Thank you.
And it's just because I think the Virginia shop is the best representation of Charlottesville from a retail standpoint, without question, in the city. And I'm going to catch a lot of flack for that, but I truly, truly believe that. She went from being a theater dynamo, a theater wizard, a star in New York City theater circles, to having to learn financials and balance sheets and really a lot of the crappy parts of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
How did you go about doing that?
So I went from like orchestra scores, which I also don't like to read. I am much more of a performer than a reader of orchestra scores. But I went from reading orchestra scores to learning pro formas and P&Ls because there was just such a desire to really make the shop successful, and I just believed in it just as much as I believe in every performance and all of my acting ambitions. I believed in the Virginia shop tenfold. So I just had to teach myself, and I had a lot of friends along the way that helped me. My family comes from small business, so I wasn't ashamed to call as many people as I knew to help me figure all this out and to take this giant leap of faith, which was so far fortuitous. And it's because of the community and because of hard work and because of friends and family and sunshine and roses and blah, 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 blah. I mean, it comes with its headaches. But I really believe in the store.
We have a lot of people in the cast. Jen Finazzo-Schneider of Sal's Cafe Italia. Jen, we love you too. Jen
love
says,
you, Jen.
Two of my favorites. Hey, guys. Jen, thank you for joining us. If you have a question, put it in the chat box. We'll throw it to Tiffany. Marina, thank you for joining us. Robert Booker, John Crawford, Constance Wyatt, Peyton Alley, thank you for joining us. Share the feed, share the live show. Get some love here for this fabulous person right here. We're talking about Tiffany Smith and her entrepreneurial journey and how she's gotten to 2018 when you purchased the business from the previous owner.
Yeah.
I'm sure you saw a lot of opportunity to potentially not revitalize, but maybe huff some life into it. Is that fair?
Yeah, definitely. So he had a non-compete for web store sales until October of the year that I purchased it. So I launched an online store that was created by a very talented, sorry, I'm plugging this, web designer, Ian Dykes.
Nice. What year was that?
That was 2011.
Okay.
October 2011, we launched our online store, thevashop.net. And since then, it grows every year by 20-25%.
That's amazing. And your margin is the best on the store.
Yeah, it's good online. Obviously, we don't pay rent.
You don't have brick and mortar rent.
Right.
You don't have staff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have staff to fill it.
Right.
It's not like there's an internet staff.
Right.
But we definitely have an online store that's just crushing it.
That's awesome.
And growing every month by leaps and bounds. So that's exciting. And then I'm getting back to what you were asking me, how I increased the business. Oh, we did attempt to open a second location downtown and was excited to dip our toe in the downtown market and just realized that, well, downtown is I loved that store and such a beautiful place to have a store. It just, maybe we don't need two Virginia shops in Charlottesville.
Sure.
And the location was a little tucked back, so we might try again down the road. But Yeah, we're at Barracks Road, and we're happy to be at Barracks Road.
She's crushing it. Tiffany did open, and we'll talk about this place, a second location in Central Place in the downtown mall. But I want to table that for a second.
Sure.
I think one of the things you've done really well with your business is the direct mail piece.
Yeah.
I think when you came in, and correct me if I'm wrong, you saw an opportunity for gift baskets and for mailing stuff year-round that perhaps was not there before. What gave you that? Why'd you see that? I mean, why wasn't that seen before? I mean, because it's a huge part of the business, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge especially
part.
this time of year.
Right.
So we send out about 500 boxes a week.
And people are calling for this. It's not like they're just going through the internet. They're calling you for this.
They come in the store. Yeah. They tell us when they want to go out. We do a lot of corporate gift giving. So for certain corporate businesses, like we have 300 boxes going out today that were supposed to go out yesterday. But long story, the snow and interfered with that. But yeah, so we have like hundreds and hundreds of boxes going out every week for corporate clients to give, small gifts of Virginia. And they're not like huge money gifts. Like they start, I guess it's like $25. You can start at $25 to send a really nice gift box with Virginia peanuts, including shipping to your client list. Yeah. And we always have it like ready to go. So we're still, just cranking it out. And we do that year round. And
how did you get it to be such a big part of the business? Why wasn't it such a big part before?
I think that I mean, I don't know. I just envisioned that the whole time. Like I had one client come to me that was like, hey, you just never say no.
Right. Of course not.
Never say no in business. You adapt.
Yeah.
And so when somebody comes to you with a client list of 350 people,
God, what an
and you're like,
sure,
how long do I have?
Right.
And they're like 10 days, and you're like, no problem. And then you just make it happen. Right. And, do
what you got to do.
We have a good relationship with, shout out to UPS and shout out to, my warehouse staff and everything else. We just make it happen.
Tiffany Smith, our guest here on the I Love CVille Show. Thanks to Greenberry's Coffee. Let's welcome Josephine Humphrey to the broadcast, Lauren Seal to the broadcast, Arian Prats Rodriguez to the broadcast. Thank you for joining us on the I Love CVille Show. We're talking about the Virginia Shop's entrepreneurial journey. I mean, what I love about your store, one of the many things, is when I go in there, I truly feel like I've been touched by Charlottesville in many different categories. You have the beer, you have the wine, you have the peanuts, you have the retail, you have you. And when people come in, they're like, this is like, you don't get this from other, retail spots. And I think that's what's made you successful. Where I'm going with this is another retail person that I admire is Patty Bowden at Animal Connection. And she faces such competition from the internet.
Sure.
Such competition from like Chewy and like PetSmarts. But the reason she's crushed it is the same reason you've crushed it is when people go in there, she knows their name. Yeah. She knows their dog's name. She knows what food they're on. She's like, that dog has, eye boogers, so he needs to switch over here. You're not getting that from PetSmart. And the same thing with you is when you walk in, you make people feel like they're your friend.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's great, especially this time of year. We have so many families that come in, and it's their tradition, like over Thanksgiving break, or they always send this one gift box to Aunt Patty in Michigan, and they come in every year, and they love to pick it out.
Tradition.
It's tradition.
Yeah, you've become part of their Christmas.
But I'm lucky for that. Like, that's really sweet. It's really sweet that we're...
But I don't think you're lucky. I think you've earned it.
Thank you.
Don't you think?
I mean it's a two-way street.
Two-way street.
Yeah. So it's great that people find value in that.
And isn't that what's going to keep, and I'm spitballing with you, and I love the entrepreneurial side.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to separate the retail winners from the retail not winners. And because with the internet, I mean, you have accessibility right now. What they get from you does not exist on the internet.
Well, Jerry Miller, we have both. We have the internet store.
She has a Virginia shop. Right. But you see what I mean.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And I'm also really lucky, like, doing research and buying the shop, like I did 9 years ago. I just saw that. I was like, this is what's going to survive the Amazon thing is that we're
It's the brand.
specialty.
You built a brand.
And we're specialty, and it's not something, you're just not going to get that kind of, local. We have handmade crocheted goods, handmade ornaments.
I really want to highlight this because this shows your vision and your entrepreneurial genius, and I'm going to say it. Listen to what she just said. And Robert Gray, thank you for joining us. Andre Xavier, thank you for joining us. Ray Cadell, thank you for joining us. She basically said, I'm going to analyze where the internet and retail is going. I think what's going to survive and what's not is niche and specialty, and I'm going to go down that road. That's badass, dude.
Well, I think it's...
Not everybody can do that.
Hopefully it plays out.
It's definitely playing out, right?
Yeah.
I mean...
So far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm so impressed with you. And another reason I'm so impressed with you is because you've done it in a place in Barracks Road Shopping Center, while a premium location. I think it's very safe to say, perhaps not the easiest of landlords to deal with.
No, and the cost of being there is very high.
Is it the most expensive in Charlottesville?
It is. We actually pay the highest in real estate taxes in the city. I'm pretty sure I can be quoted on that. So we do pay highest city real estate tax.
And that's
passed to the tenants.
So that's important.
So yeah, we pay a lot to be there, not only through our landlord, but we also pay the most in city tax of any other real estate development in the city. So yeah, it's just
So you have to work that much harder.
We have to work really hard to pay that premium. But that being said, I do want to diffuse the fact there have been people that have left Barracks Road that have said that their prices were high because of Barracks Road. That's not how we operate. We operate because we have higher numbers because of Barracks Road. So we don't have elevated prices because of Barracks Road. We do higher numbers, and that's the reason why we're at Barracks Road.
Put that in perspective for me. I didn't follow that.
So people have said that have left Barracks Road that they were able to lower their prices.
So can I say, maybe an example would be Kay at Shenanigans.
I'm not going to do that.
Or Whimsy. Okay, understood.
None of them have said that.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not using that as reference at
understood,
all.
Understood.
What I'm saying is that the reason why what I'm saying is that the prices are fair at Barracks Road despite what previous people have said.
Because of the foot traffic.
Because we have higher volume, higher foot traffic. And that's why we're paying that per square footage. And people who have left will admit that, after they've left. It's definitely not shenanigans or whimsies.
Okay, I'm sorry I said that. Marcus Wiley, thank you to the program. I'm
Yeah.
learning from you. You're basically saying the reason it's so expensive to be at Barracks Road is because Barracks Road has more foot traffic than anywhere else in the city of Charlottesville.
Really is the greatest location.
And you know firsthand because you were on the downtown mall, which we could say might be the second most foot traffic.
I don't know if that's true for retail, but yeah, that's definitely, there's a lot of foot traffic on the downtown mall. The price per square footage is half. It's like...
So it's what, 32 versus 16?
Well, it's less.
Okay.
I'm not going to throw out numbers.
Okay. Because you're a shrewd negotiator.
Yes.
I like it.
Not
Tiffany.
appropriate.
Okay.
But thank you, Jerry Miller, for trying to get that information out of me. Yeah, it is. It's a lot less on the downtown mall, and maybe a reason for that, the foot traffic is maybe not as much foot traffic of purchasers.
I think that's true.
For retail.
Yeah, because the folks that are coming downtown are probably coming for F&B. Or a show, or to go a happy hour.
Yeah, yes. Although we had lots of people miss our presence on the downtown mall. I hear it still 2 years after we closed. I hear it all the time. And the funniest thing was, it was almost like, this is for entrepreneurs out there. It was almost as if it was a store. We marketed our Barracks Road store. Our stores were so high at Barracks Road when we had that downtown location, because it was a form of advertisement.
Yeah.
It was a very expensive form of advertisement. But it was very interesting. So many people would shop downtown and buy at Barracks.
Get out.
Yeah.
Because they were shopping downtown maybe to kill time before reservation.
Yeah.
And didn't want to carry the package to the bar or to the show.
Right.
And then when they were gone from the mall, they're like, oh, I remember the brand.
Oh,
and I see
want
it here.
that. Yeah. I can run to Barracks and grab it.
How much did you factor that into consideration when closing the store? Because she said it off air, when you closed the store, it was like, right there at breaking even.
I know. Well, it was mostly exhaustion that
Right.
made me close the
You
store.
can't clone yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was...
Why do entrepreneurs like us, alphas like us, struggle to find people like us and then trust them to run our children, which is our business? I mean, do you not? I struggle with that.
So my thing about that is...
Because you could have like 15 Virginia shops if you could find 15 Tiffany Smiths.
Yeah,
But there's no
could
15 Tiffany Smiths.
Could I afford 15 Tiffany Smiths?
Right.
Not that I pay myself a lot, but it's like the stakes aren't as high. You know, it's just not as high as it is when you're an owner, and
Just don't care as much, is what you're saying.
yeah, and then you have to have the like now. So, God, I'm actually telling too much. I paid my business loan off in January, so now I have a little bit of money freed up. So maybe
What a
I will.
baller. Can we
I
congratulate
know, right?
that?
Thank you.
Okay, that is a milestone.
Took 7 years.
I mean, how...
I did it.
What a baller paid off her
Thank
business
you.
loan. Yes.
Yes.
I have goosebumps from that.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah.
So I might be able to find a Tiffany Smith, and we may grow in the next 5 to 10 years. But it just took, you know, I don't know what that's like. I can't pay somebody to be a Tiffany Smith until...
You can't put the cart before the horse.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
Until...
then when you over leverage, that's when the entire empire crumbles.
Yes, and we've seen it happen to people before, and you just, there's just too much at stake.
You're killing it today. Is the plan to scale the brand? Because here's what I see. I'm just spitballing with you.
Yeah.
Tiffany Smith, our guest, the fabulous...
Are you willing to invest,
the fabulous
Jerry
and
Miller?
intelligent owner of the Virginia shop. Couldn't a Virginia shop exist in every town in Virginia that has history behind it? Like, why couldn't a Virginia shop kick some ass in Williamsburg, kick some ass in Richmond? Is it there a Virginia shop?
We have Virginia shops.
Is it? Okay.
So this is the thing.
Okay.
A woman started it in 1990, and they were all over the state. And then we have this non-compete within like
Territory,
80,
like radius,
80 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the ones that have lasted, like Alexandria closed. There's one in Stanton. There's one in, I want to say, near Virginia Beach. There's one in Richmond that's in the library. We're all so different. And so calling it the Virginia shop, you know, out of an 80-mile radius is not something. What I would like to focus on is the web store and catalog business and, like, you know, get it online for, you know, corporate clients and prospective wedding people to have gift bags and events in general like that, and just have a warehouse plus the main store at Barracks.
So you're almost like the main store at Barracks is the place where you can touch, feel, and potentially grow and build the brand. But the long-term future is the internet piece, where the main store at Barracks is in some ways kind of like moonlights as a fulfillment center.
Yeah, and we have a warehouse.
Oh, you have a warehouse too?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's where we keep our 300 boxes that are going out today.
I thought it all fit in that little closet behind the register. I was just joking. I didn't know you had a warehouse.
Yeah, we have a warehouse.
Okay.
So our warehouse is what's filling the boxes that UPS didn't pick up yesterday because of the snowstorm. So, 300 plus boxes are going out today and tomorrow and every day during December. We have hundreds of boxes going out from a warehouse that we are filling from the store and from the website. So those two entities alone during December are bringing in hundreds and hundreds of sales. And so that's where I really want to focus. I don't know that I need more brick and mortar.
I totally agree with what you just said.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
You're totally right.
Just go.
Well, I mean, the extra brick and mortars just adds stuff to the balance sheet.
Right.
To the P&L. It's like, holy shit, I have this lease over here
Exactly.
that's a 10-year, and I don't even know what's going to happen in 10 years. Tiffany Smith, I guess, you're crushing it. I want to talk about theater. I want to talk about what it's like, because I get this a lot with people, and thank you, Marcus, for coming on the show. Ray Cadell says you're doing very well as well. I get this a lot from folks that come on the program that are ladies, and they say it is challenging to sometimes be a female business owner and female entrepreneur for this reason, this reason, this reason, and this reason. Have you experienced that, or it has not applied to you at all?
No.
No? That's great. Yeah, no experience whatsoever?
The funniest story I have about being a female businesswoman Actually, it's been quite a pleasure, and I really don't I don't deal with much flack. In fact, people are very respectful.
Well, because you don't take any from anybody.
Yes.
Because you let them know where you stand.
But
right?
I do have one funny anecdote.
Uh-huh.
So oftentimes you have to screen calls with sales reps and things, and somebody called, and when they don't ask by name, sorry, I screen my calls. They're like, "Hi, is the business owner there?" I'm like, "No, they're not here at the moment." "Oh, are you his wife?" That was the funniest thing.
How did you respond?
I said, "No, I'm not her wife, but I'm happy to leave a message." So that was my big response. But actually, there's not a lot of flack. People have a lot of respect for the store. Maybe it's the store. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me not being sensitive. I really don't come up against much about that.
That's good. And I think that's the cool aspect about Charlottesville is it's been very welcoming. I mean, and what's the breakdown, do you think, of customers being like Charlottesvillians versus folks that are coming to visit Charlottesville?
Oh, most of our customers are local.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're traveling out of Charlottesville, and they're going to visit family and friends. I mean, tourists do come through, but I mean, that's why I opened that downtown store, was try to capture more tourists. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the tourists aren't coming to Barracks Road.
They're not coming to Barracks Road. So we don't get a lot of tourists, but we get a lot of UVA people and a lot of locals that just, I can't say enough about goodwill. There's goodwill. Like, I can say, "Oh, yes, I've done great with the store," but the store's been there for 30 years. There is so much value in that. Like, there are people who've, for generations, they grew up shopping at that store.
At that one spot?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And so
That's awesome.
it's like...
What's the longest tenant in Barracks Road?
Well, it was Staples.
Okay, barbershop.
Which is now his barbershop.
His barbershop, yeah.
It's called his
Right,
now,
yeah.
barbershop. Shenanigans was there for 33 years.
In North Barracks.
In the North Wing.
Okay.
The Happy Cook's been there for a while, but different locations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why does the Tiffany Smiths of not stay in Barracks long? Why are they getting pushed out? Is it the cost of the rents?
Yeah, it's cost.
That's why?
Yeah.
Because that is like, you've survived there, and it's like, that is the mecca for retail in Charlottesville. And and I think you're so right about this. And like Joan Fenton downtown, she would want to change this. People are not going downtown to shop. They're going to go downtown to window browse, but folks are coming downtown to find the best food in the city, some craft cocktails, maybe a movie, maybe a show, and then get back in their cars. I mean, why don't more of the entrepreneurs and the youths of Charlottesville try to get into Barracks?
Yeah, it's the per square footage is very intimidating.
Yeah. And the lease has got to be a 10?
It's a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 5. So yeah, it's PSQ, but it's also like you have to really. So I had to negotiate my lease last summer, and it was one of the biggest challenges of my life.
You negotiated yourself?
Of course.
That's awesome. No lawyers, no nothing. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. The first time I was only in business for like a year, and I had to renegotiate. And I was just like, kind of like, whatever, I just want to be here. I'll work really hard.
And the people across the desk from you are a publicly traded company that do this every day.
Fortune 500,
right.
and were not scared to throw that in my face and tried to intimidate me.
Right.
And I'm not going to throw my landlord under the bus, but...
You didn't back down.
Yes.
That's fair.
So what I did was I picked up the phone, called all my friends that are in that industry, including like lots of family and friends and things, and just like... And you can negotiate with them. There are different ways for a Fortune 500 company to put money in other areas that, as long as they report that they're getting something per square foot, they can reduce your camp. They can reduce your marketing. They can reduce your storage fee. They can, like, I have a warehouse there. Boom. Took that down by 100% cost. Like, you just take it, like, there's ways to really chip away at them. And you have to spend that energy to, like...
You have to try. Worst thing they can say is no.
Yeah, and you walk away. And then you go to every other shopping center, which I did, and find
You got
at least.
comps.
Yeah, I was like, I had offers on the table from 2 other huge shopping centers in town that were extremely enticing. Build outs worth tens of thousands of dollars, like wanting me to move.
Because every shopping center in town would want a brand like the Virginia shop.
I think that it draws people, and so should my landlord.
I
and
agree.
so you throw that to your landlord, and you really just gotta you have to make that a priority, because it affects 5 years of your cost and expense.
It's a long time.
So you've got to just like pause everything and just chip away at them. And
Have you thought about creating like a retail consultancy, a retail school? I mean, because you have a lot of down and dirty experience, don't you? Where like people that want to get into the space come to you.
Do I really want to share my secrets, Jane Miller? I don't know.
As long as they're not competitors. As long as they're not competitors.
But they just might be. How many people has that happened to? Or
I don't know.
The student overtakes the teacher. I don't know. No, I mean, I don't find myself that intuitive. But maybe down the road, we'll see. Maybe when I'm a little more than 8 years into it. Yeah. And I'm always open for people to come and talk to me about if they want to open a business or anything. And there's so many, by the way, there's so many wonderful local.
I was going to ask you about this.
Yeah. So
you're talking about the products you carry in your store?
No, I was talking about the free local business advice that we have from the
Like
city,
SCORE.
small business.
Yeah.
Development Association. Nora Gillespie, I think she's still involved. Like, she was incredible with me purchasing the store. There's so many things that our tax dollars pay for through the city that help you branch into small business, and it is provided to you at your tax dollars.
So take advantage.
Yes, definitely.
Tiffany Smith, our guest, the owner of the Virginia shop. Thank you to Stephen Landis for joining us on the show. Tyler Berry. Thank you to Lauren Linsky, Des Raj, Ray Cadell for joining us on the program. We are learning and chatting with Tiffany Smith, and we're talking about her entrepreneurial journey. A lot of people interested. Thank you to Zach for joining us on the program here as well. You at the Virginia shop still find time for your hobbies and your passions, and one of them is the theater. And
Yes.
I think as much as you're known for like Tiffany from the Virginia shop, I think you're also known as Tiffany from the stage, from theater in Charlottesville. You've played a lot of roles.
Yeah.
You've been in a lot of shows. How many shows have you been in Charlottesville? Do you even keep track of that?
Let's see. I don't have time to count, but at least maybe 7 or 8.
7. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Is it one a year?
Yeah, I try to do one a year.
Yeah. And the roles you're playing are not like, I'm going to embarrass you a little bit. I know you don't want to say this. The roles you're playing are not small potato parts here. These are, and I'm not marginalizing the parts. That's not what I'm doing. You're playing some big time roles.
There are no small roles.
You're right. There's no
Only
small
small
roles.
actors.
That's right. You're playing some big time roles here.
Thanks.
How is the Charlottesville theater like? I know this is your passion. How did you get involved so quickly?
It wasn't quick. So I moved here in 2009
Okay.
after being a professional actor in New York City, and I did not get on stage again until 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, so I focused on
The business.
Of
course.
And then I got cast on a whim. I saw an advertisement in CVille Weekly for Legally Blonde the musical, and I always wanted to play Paulette and do the bend and snap, the
remember the bend and
hairdresser.
snap,
Yeah. So I went and auditioned, and much to my surprise, Live Arts was like, "You're cast." After going through the normal audition and callback, and I was like, I can't believe you guys took a chance on a new face, and they literally what they said was like, that's what we are about. We take chances on new people, new faces, and that's what we do in the theater here in Charlottesville, which is just incredible and awesome. And so I can't speak more about that organization.
Live Arts?
Live Arts. I found a wonderful home in 4 County Players. Probably my favorite experiences on stage has been at 4 County Players. It's a heritage theater festival. I found a home there. I just have really I can't speak more about the theater community here. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful.
What's your favorite role? Do you have a favorite?
It's always my last one.
Come on.
Seriously.
You don't have a favorite? It's the last one because you've put so much sweat, equity, and time into it.
That's the one that's
so
like so
raw
fresh.
and
It's
fresh.
like your last lover.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, last lover right there.
It
Really good.
is.
Okay. What was the last role you played right there?
So I played, I was in Young Frankenstein
Okay.
at 4 County Players.
Okay.
And I played the Madeline Kahn part.
Okay.
And it was just like, she's fabulous. She's just Elizabeth Benning. She's the one who gets with the monster. And, you know, like, it's really, if you know Young Frankenstein the movie, which it's a cult classic, the Madeline Kahn part, oh, sweet mystery of life, at last I found thee. Yeah, she has a very happy ending. So yeah, it was just like it was a great part. And so it pretty much is always my last part.
I think Judah's our producer. You're going to turn that
Did
into
I just blow up
No. Judah, that's a sizzle reel here. Okay, one of our 1 minute clips, the 1 minute clips to promo this interview. Make sure you include what just happened in the sizzle reel. Can you mark that, Judah?
Judah, do you know Young Frankenstein the movie?
Oh, he does.
Oh, yeah.
This is why you need a mic and a camera,
yeah.
Judah. What do you like about Young Frankenstein the movie? He's so into this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Anything, Judah?
Madeline Kahn, right?
Okay,
I know, right?
Madeline Kahn right there. So have you been so surprised of like, this is what I've been really, really like impressed about. You get in the theater and Liza, there's Liza.
Hi,
Let's say hi to Liza right there. This is live,
Hey,
a live
sweet
show at
girl.
its finest. Liza's a rescue dog from Caring for Creatures, Mary Burkholtz's organization. She is let's change subjects on that. She's a huge dog fan. Her dog is a shop dog that you will see at the Virginia shop, every day?
She was in Young Frankenstein, by the way.
Get out of town.
She was part of my entourage.
Did she get a credit?
Yeah.
No.
And she got exit applause.
Stop.
She crossed the stage, and people were like,
What were you on one side of the stage and you just welcomed her over?
She was part of my entourage. So Elizabeth Benning is very fancy. And so I had a manicurist and a dresser and a this and a that. And then they all carried around Vivi. It wasn't my idea. My director, Perry Medlin, you know who you are. You did this, put my dog in the show, and she was in a pink tutu, and she, like, crossed the stage.
How often is your dog wearing a pink tutu, Tiffany?
Not very often. I swear to God, she hates
Come
clothes.
on.
She hates clothes.
I've seen it on Facebook where you have your dog clothed.
Because it happens only.
It's only for the photo op?
It's very hard to
Okay.
make it happen.
Gotcha.
She's very tomboyish. I don't know. She's not into it that much.
We're
but
talking about a dog that I think might be all of 8 pounds. 8 pounds?
She's 12 and a half.
12 and a half pounds.
Come on, Jerry.
She is an amazing dog. So Vivi?
Vivi.
Vivi,
yeah.
the shop dog, is an amazing
Yes.
dog. What the theater community, I hear this. I play racquetball with Mimi Zinkin's
Oh
husband,
my
Rob.
God, I love Mimi.
Mimi Zinkin's
yeah.
awesome.
Uh-huh.
She's one of those people where you walk, just like you, where you walk into a room and she lightens up the room.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah, I felt her like positive
She was
energy.
in Chicago. I saw her in Chicago. She was so good.
I felt
Yeah.
Mimi's positive energy on the other side of the glass. I was playing racquetball in the court. She was on the outside, and I'm like, oh, that's Mimi Zinkin. Okay, and
Love her.
Where I'm going with this is your name came up on a random Saturday morning on the racquetball courts at ACAC. Think about that.
Really?
Yes, and we were
Wow.
talking about how you were such a fabulous actress.
Aw.
And where I'm going with this is this community, I feel like, is so tight-knit and so welcoming and so passionate and so active and so like I don't know enough about live arts. I feel like live arts is still flying under the radar, even though it's so big and influential in town. It's everywhere.
Go to a show,
Yeah,
Jerry.
I mean, how lucky are we? I guess what I'm trying to say here. Can you put this in perspective? A town of this size having an organization like this?
You have no idea. The shows they put on there rival anything you see in a big city. It's really impeccable. The group they have working live, not only live arts, 4 County Players is unbelievable. So is Heritage Theater Festival. It rivals. They get, there's so many people that come here that have been professional actors, and so. And then there's also the amateurs that are just naturally
So
gifted.
really, really good.
So amazing.
And the crazy
Yeah.
thing about this is, Tiffany, it's not just in like acting. It's like in business. It's like
Yeah.
in the people in finance. Is it just like Charlottesville? I mean, Charlottesville is so like,
It is.
she's like a special lady. I mean, something about it.
She is. She really is.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't understand how we get such talent.
I feel like the university pumps a lot of that into it as well.
It's a 50,000 person town, and like of the 50,000 people, I feel like 20% are like freaking rock stars.
Ballers.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
It's so, I think we're lucky is what I'm saying. Tiffany Smith, our guest, said one thing I wanted to talk to you, and Clark, thank you for joining us. Caitlin, thank you for joining us. Carl, thank you for joining us. Anja from Fig on the UVA corner says you're crushing it, Tiffany.
Thanks.
So thank you for supporting the program, guys, in the I Love CVille show. One of the things we talk about with all the entrepreneurs here is pre and post 812. So you may say these are the tough questions for you. Okay. So pre-August 12th, 2017 versus post 812. Open-ended. How has it impacted your business?
So we were really actually pre-812. We were crushing it sales-wise. Really, really doing well. Even though we closed the store May of that year, which was a decision that was made 6 months before the downtown store, we were just really, sales were really great. Post, obviously, we dipped 25-30%.
That's what Al Schornberg, who we had yesterday from Keswick Vineyards, similar things.
Yeah. We still haven't quite reached pre-August 12th numbers.
That's what he said.
We hope to eventually down the road. I don't know what. I mean, obviously, there's things to it. Obviously, to the reason why we're not reaching those numbers and the rest of the country is doing fairly well economically, and everybody's talking about this economic boost, even though the stock market plummeted last week, whatever. But before that, last week was nothing compared to like the last year and a half that we've experienced. Everyone's across the country has been really seeing big numbers, and we just haven't in Charlottesville, and it probably has a lot to do with that day. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how, except for change the narrative.
I think that's what has to happen. Every single person that I've asked this question to, and the majority of people that come on the show are small business owners, has said the exact same trends you have.
Yeah.
And it worries me, and I mean, my whole business is based on positivity of Charlottesville.
Right.
So I'm concerned about it too. It worries me because if all the business owners are feeling this way, what are our elected officials, what is city council, what are the board of supervisors, what are our leaders doing to help us?
Good question. I don't really peek my head up to figure that out.
Do you feel like as you've gone more successsul and as your brand and business become more iconic and as you become even more of the leader that people see you as, because you don't want to, you might be embarrassed by this, but people see you as an entrepreneurial leader in Charlottesville. Do you feel that it is your role to speak out and help offer a strategy of how we can get, because I feel that way. And ever since I've had my son and I have another mouth to feed, I feel that way even more. I mean, what do you think?
Wow. I feel like that's a lot of responsibility to put on me.
Not just you. I meant all of us in general. Leaders, small business owners. Because we're the ones that are being hurt.
I know. No, we're not the only ones.
We're not the
being
only
hurt.
ones, yeah.
I mean, your bottom line is like really kind of peanuts compared to what's going on in the grand scheme of things.
Well said.
But I understand you, Jerry, and what you're doing for Charlottesville and what your responsibility is. I think a little bit more in lane with that than, I mean, me. I just talk to my customers and we just kind of console each other. And I don't have a solution. I'm not in politics at all. I am in business. So it's just very hard for me to speak out politically.
I think the solution was what you said. I totally agreed with what you said, where we have to change the conversation. George Payne, thank you for joining us. Clark, thank you for joining us. Changing the conversation and the image and the brand and the stigma that Charlottesville has now. And I think maybe we could have closure, potentially, Tiffany, with James Fields' trial being behind us and him facing, obviously, life sentences here. Maybe that's closure. Maybe we can, move on from...
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope so. I mean, I just like you and I are going to be in business for a long time. Right, same thing. So where I'm going with this is I just want to see something happen besides, and this is the real nitty-gritty topics of Charlottesville. I would like to see something happen besides city council meetings where people are just yelling and screaming. I would like things to happen where maybe like Charlottesville and our elected officials perhaps are more focused on the economics and the small business owners. And I understand social equality, and I understand doing well by affordable housing, and I understand doing well by every upper, middle, and lower class is important, but I think that the community is only as strong as its business owners. And you're creating jobs. You have more jobs at Christmas. You create jobs for people. I'm creating jobs. And if the small business owners, and this is a forum for small business owners, if they're saying we all are having the same, everyone is having the same trends. I'm just trying to brainstorm ways to fix it. And that's what kind of my platform is about.
Well, why don't you run for city council?
I've thought about it. My wife would kill me. She literally said, I've thought about it. And if I did run for city council, I would do it from like a small business owner's perspective. I would try to be champions of the Tiffany Smiths.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
that's what I am.
I would definitely be behind you.
Yeah, but she said she'd kill me. And here's the thing that I'm torn on as well, and I trust you and you're a friend, and I'm brainstorming with you, is like, if you go and run for this position, and Justin, thank you for joining us, Cameron Childress, thank you for joining us, half the people hate you. 60% of the people hate you. And then that's hard. I don't want to be hated.
Yeah, especially when you're a business owner.
Yeah, especially when you own a brand where like you're putting yourself on the line every day. And I feel like that's kind of what we're doing. I don't know, I'm torn, Tiffany. I just think it's like a tough situation we're in, and I just want to figure out how to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have answers. I really, gosh, I wish I knew how to fix it. But it's not, we're still surviving. We still have a wonderful community that's coming out and supporting my business and other businesses, and there's just champions all around. I think the biggest thing is maybe it's affecting tourism. You might want to talk to people at Mickey Tavern or Monticello and see how it's affecting them. I mean, our sales are down. It could be for many reasons, but definitely we did see a slip after August 12th that we haven't recovered from, and I'm just hoping time heals.
I think it will.
The wound.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
I hope so too. Closing down, you filled 50 minutes in what's felt like 5 minutes.
We haven't had peanuts.
We're going to do that. I'm not going to forget. Brent Lillard, thank you for joining us. I'm about to try 4 of the best peanuts at the Virginia Shop. Guys, the Virginia Shop is where you want to go for Christmas shopping. This is what I want to close with before the peanuts. I see you on social, and I see you about town. You like good food. You like good cocktails. You like being out and about.
I do.
You like getting dressed up, looking nice, and going around town. When Tiffany Smith is going out and about, where is she going? Why is she going there? What is she ordering? And you can give me more than one option.
Tiffany Smith.
You may see her with a Kristen Martin, potentially.
Yes, I love Kmart.
You love Kmart.
I call her K-Rock, but everybody else calls her Kmart.
I call her Kmart. Welcome James Watson to the show and Jack Snyder.
So Tiffany likes to. Did I tell you that Kmart, Kristen Martin, took me to the Jefferson for this 70s night, and I won the Hustle dance competition.
Okay. I thought you were going to say the leg warmers.
The Hustle.
Okay.
No. It was a 70s one. I forget the name of the band. She was like, you don't know the name of this band? And I was like, well, whatever. I'm going to win the competition. I did. I won a $50 BJ card.
Nice.
Work.
Okay.
Do the hustle.
Okay.
Wash your hair. Yeah. So I like to go to the Jefferson.
Because you like to dance?
I like to dance.
Okay.
I like to see live theater.
Okay.
So mostly what I do is I go and support my friends in other theater productions.
Okay.
And yeah, have a nice. I love the C&O.
You like the C&O downstairs?
Oh, man,
the C&O bar? It's so intimate. What do you get at the C&O down there?
Well, anything. The C&O definitely a cocktail.
Yeah.
A really nice, old fashioned or something.
Yeah.
Whiskey or bourbon based.
Yeah.
And then
good taste.
really any appetizers.
Yeah.
Very
Are you
delicious.
a Woodruff?
Yeah, you know what? I like the
excuse me,
small
Woodford,
batch.
yeah.
I like the small batch bourbons.
Okay.
So Basil Hayden.
It's a good one. You have good taste.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
know.
cheap
Expensive.
over there. Yeah, what do you like,
expensive
$14
taste.
drinks over there?
But I will do a Knob Creek. You know, I'm okay with Knob Creek. Or
Okay.
Maker's Mark is good too.
Okay, where else? So you said C&O. Give me one more.
So I live over by Stonefield.
You do.
So it's so easy for me to walk the dog and like
Go to like Rock Salt?
Rock Salt.
Yeah, Rock Salt's bomb. Yeah.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah.
Their happy hour
It's sick.
with those oysters
Yeah.
and those guys, the owners own like all the oyster
Travis
purveyors.
Coxton.
I
Yeah,
know,
I'm efforting him for
amazing.
the show. Travis Coxton's going to come on.
So awesome.
Yeah, he owns
So-
Rappahannock Oyster.
I know.
Yeah, so he's like taking oysters from
I am
his farm.
there, you guys. Like,
So
it's
when
embarrassing.
weather's nice, you're at the outside bar with,
always,
Yeah.
and when it's not nice, I'm inside.
and
like,
they let you bring the dog inside?
well, I have a therapy dog license.
No, you don't. Stop. Is that true?
It is very legitimate, as by the power of the internet.
But hold on. I just learned the difference thanks to
No,
animal.
I'm kidding. Rock Salt does not allow non-therapy dogs
You two.
inside.
Vivi is not a therapy dog. Is Vivi a therapy dog license?
She is.
But the service dogs are the ones that can go in, not the therapy dogs.
That's right.
Okay. So Vivi is just hiding under your jacket while you're drinking a martini and eating oysters at the
Vivi
bar.
is as big of a customer at Rock Salt as I am.
Is she a rock star in there?
Yes.
She is. That's awesome. That's so
But they have that little enclosed
Oh, it's
area.
great.
We never do it illegally. There's that little enclosed area, and they're super nice to let me have her in there.
How do you feel about
She's quiet.
Stonefield? I mean, this is why I asked the question, because you have perspective as someone who has her business in a competing shopping center, and also someone who lives in the competing right next to it.
I do,
So
yeah.
she likes the convenience of Stonefield. She can walk out from her cool apartment
love
and go
it.
to the bars with her dog.
And I shop there. I shop
Actually.
at Whimsy's. I
Okay.
shop at a lot of the stores there.
But
yeah.
that shopping center is competing with your shopping center.
Uh-huh.
How do you look
Not
at
really.
that? No, because Barracks is crushing Stonefield, right? Isn't
We're
it?
the closest to UVA.
You're crushing
That's the
Stonefield.
thing. Yeah, I think so.
Why does Stonefield not have more foot traffic?
I think it does well. I think it does well for the movies and for Trader Joe's.
But I think the expectation was higher, though.
Yeah. And it has retailers that it has some strong retailers. I don't know. I think it's very hard to navigate in and out.
Yeah.
I think you go there for the it's another downtown situation. You go there for the movies and maybe a snack. Grit's killing it there.
Grit, the coffee place?
Oh, yeah.
Is it killing it?
Yeah.
Really? Those guys are doing well.
they're
I think they have 3 or 4
always-
locations.
Yeah, they're always busy.
Yeah.
My good buddy Daniel at Creighton Marrow is doing great there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a bad shop. I mean, they're doing well there.
Yeah, I mean, it's
But
nice, but I think it's
not Barracks.
difficult to
Yeah.
navigate. The parking is difficult. And it's got brands that, while are very solid, have national appeal, not necessarily local appeal.
Yeah, I mean, the locals, there's maybe 3 local retailers there. Yeah.
PJ Styles from Hot 1019 in the house.
What?
What up, PJ Styles? Dan Blake, what's up? Thank you for joining us. You're killing it. I'm going to eat these peanuts in a second. Before we do the taste test,
Okay.
do you have a hot one in there? A hot peanut?
Yeah, dude.
Like, really hot?
I don't know if you can handle it.
Stop.
Ghost pepper.
Can
hot.
will you eat one?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to try ghost pepper nuts over here. Ghost pepper nuts on the show. I might have a panic attack because I don't do well with hot.
You don't do hot?
we're gonna
I thought
see.
you were part Cuban.
I'm half Cuban. Mi madre es cubana, chica.
What?
But
You can't do
Cubanos
hot?
Cubanos don't do spice.
Caliente.
Cool,
Come
that's
on.
caliente's in my blood.
I know.
Cubanos don't do spice in the mouth, though. Cubanos don't do
Oh.
spice in the mouth.
Oh,
You're
they do
fucking
spice
killing
in
it
the-
right now. You're killing it.
Where
You're-
do they do spice
You're killing
if
it.
it's not in the mouth?
That's a conversation for another time. That's a conversation
All
for
right,
another
fair
time.
enough.
Okay, this is how we close before we go into the nuts here. We're going to the nuts. And by nuts, I mean the peanuts right here. We're going to the nuts. It's Charlottesville, Virginia. How long have you been here? 9 years?
Well, I grew up here.
Okay.
So we moved here in 1989.
Okay, so you have a lot of perspective on this, and you are killing it. People are loving you on the show. We're going
Thanks.
to welcome you back.
Wow.
So you've been here since 1989. Is it a better place?
I've been in and out since 1989.
In a 9. Is it a better place today than when you first remembered? I mean, obviously when you're 89 and you're kids.
Far more advanced.
Okay.
I mean, it was much quieter, much smaller.
Okay.
So it depends on what you consider better, but yeah, it's far more advanced.
Okay, far more advanced. What you're saying, more cosmopolitan?
Yes.
More restaurants,
Yep.
theaters better?
Yep.
Okay. How about not better? What parts can be better? What parts have not changed for the best? You know I got to ask you that.
Huh.
Welcome Henry to the show. Anja is loving what
What
you're
if I
saying.
complained about? Gosh, Jerry, you really put me on the spot
Putting you on the
here.
spot. We're talking with Tiffany Smith from the Virginia
What
shop.
can I complain?
Anja says
Oh,
you're hilarious.
Snow removal
Snow removal.
is
Come on,
not
Tiffany.
good.
Come on now. You're playing the safe spot.
Snow removal is lousy.
Remember when Barracks Road had that like mountain of snow outside
Mount Chipotle.
Mount
Well,
Chipotle.
now we have 3 of them, and one I want to make Mount Virginia shop
You should
because
totally do
it's
that.
right. It's taking up like 9 parking spaces in December when we need them.
When you do, you should do a campaign when you wear the peanut suit and you go up onto the Virginia shop, Mount Virginia shop. That would go viral on social media.
It's very dangerous, by the way, to climb those mountains at Barracks
If you
Road.
guys see Tiffany in the peanut suit, the peanut suit is amazing. That's why you're successful.
Is that the secret to my success?
No, it's that you're.
It's just the peanut
No,
suit.
it's that you're willing to be yourself. You're not afraid to be you.
I'm shameless.
Yeah, so am I. So am I. And I'm about to show you. I'm about to eat ghost pepper peanuts.
This Cuban cannot have. It's chocolate covered ghost pepper for crying
Here we
out
go.
loud.
Let's get the brand
Here's
on
the
there. Can I
back.
get the brand on there? And it's very nice. The pineapple is so welcoming.
Well, it's a sign of hospitality.
Yeah, it's a sign of cool.
Yeah.
It's a sign of hospitality. Here we go. You go first. You do the honors.
All right, so we've got. I don't know how many you want to try.
I'll try them all, baby.
So, speaking of Cuban, these are redskin peanuts that are called Spanish nuts. So
I love
they
the
have.
Mexican peanut. I love the Spanish nuts.
So they have the little skin on them.
Okay.
Maybe our.
So these are the easy ones here.
Yeah, those are.
I
like
love the
what-
redskin nuts.
what
Oh,
you
sorry.
wanna start
That's
with.
not want to do a spoon?
Yeah, please.
Because you're saying I'm gross.
Your wife. Speaking of your wife wanting to kill you.
Sorry. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Especially since I have a kid.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
I gotta do
Congratulations.
well. I gotta do
I'm
well.
so proud of you. You're really growing up.
Thank you.
We
Ooh.
like to say that
These are good redskin nuts.
Yeah, they're really good.
Oh shit. Sorry.
So I'm gonna leave
Spoon.
this here with you and your,
Judah.
you and Judah,
There you go. Judah says thank you.
and any other guests.
Redskin nuts are what is up, dude.
Yeah, they're super good, super crispy, home cooked. These are really fun. More of like an Eastern style peanut. It's Thai.
Oh, I like these.
Thai turmeric.
Ooh.
Turmeric is really good for you.
Okay.
And
Can
so
I
our
ask you a
peanuts-
question? When
yes.
you go into the Virginia shop, and I'm not going to say I've done this or I have not done this, there's been times when I've gone into the Virginia shop and gotten a couple free samples,
It happens.
talked to you, and left. Do you say like this guy's coming in for the samples? Can you like profile the samplers versus the non-samplers? You can't.
Do I have to answer that? Because it actually happens.
I know it does.
So, especially in the off season, like, oh no, during our shameless plug, February, we're having our 11th annual nut sale where we have at least 50 samples out. We have grazers that just come in and they just graze for lunch. And they literally say, "Thank you, I just had lunch," and leave.
And what do you say?
And I'm like,
Cool.
just all you have to do, I give them I razz them a little bit. And so what I say is like, okay, all you have to do is when you walk out that door is just yell at the top of your lungs, "Man, those peanuts are good. Man, the best peanuts in the world."
And do they do that?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's awesome. So it's totally worth it.
I just make them advertise down the block. I'm like, just talk about how good our peanuts are. If you're going to come in and get free peanuts, talk about how good they are.
Because you have like 20 sets of peanuts out there. Not 20, probably
I mean,
like 10.
We have right now we have some, but like during our nut sale we have over 50.
This one right here is amazing.
I know.
Yeah, this one right
I
here.
knew you would like that
The
one.
flavor profile is off the chain right here. It's Thai. We're eating peanuts
Thai
with Tiffany.
turmeric, yeah.
Thai turmeric.
This is a very popular one from Virginia Diner, the Old Bay.
Oh.
Very Virginian.
Okay.
And then we're gonna throw you to the wolves with a
Ghost pepper. Judah, this is a sizzle reel waiting to happen. my
chocolate
friend.
covered ghost pepper.
on a live stream, I'm about to have a panic attack. Here we go.
No, but it hits you really. And first of all,
Are you
okay.
just saying this?
No, it really hits you.
Go ahead.
I'll do one first.
Okay. These are good too, Tiffany.
I know those are super good. So the ghost pepper peanuts, we have them non-chocolate covered too. So if you really want a hurtin' on your palate, you do the non-chocolate covered.
Okay.
But these are the chocolate covered.
Okay.
So
gonna do
you put a couple in your mouth. It's gonna take.
Couple in my mouth.
Yeah.
Couple in my mouth.
You don't feel it at first,
She's going first.
but yeah.
Don't feel it first. You have coffee in front of you if you need it. You're going to do this without anything to drink. You're turning a little redder.
There's some heat coming.
There's some heat. I see it. Your eyes are watering a little bit. I'm doing the play-by-play of you eating ghost pepper peanuts on air. This is like,
It's so good. It is so good, so good, so good.
All right, here we go. You made it look easy.
It's really good.
Here we go.
So what happens with these?
Here we go.
While we watch Jerry
Here
try
we
to
go. I'm gonna have
the Cuban.
Did you do 2?
I did 3, Jerry.
I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do 2.
Oh Lord.
Ghost pepper peanuts. Here we go. Virginia Shop is
Not
where
too
it's
bad.
at. The chocolate helps. I'm feeling the heat, Tiffany.
Okay. You need some coffee. It's not that bad.
My nose is running.
Oh
my God. I'm a wimp. I told you I was a wimp.
So the thing about these is the longer they're open, the hotter they get.
All right.
So if you come back tomorrow, if you're like, these aren't so bad, if you come back tomorrow, they're twice as hot.
Why is that?
I don't know. It oxidizes.
The longer the cap is off?
Yeah.
So if you cap it, it's no problem.
No. For some reason, once the seal's broken, these get hotter and hotter over the days. Maybe a chef will tell you why. I have no idea why.
It's like me after having a couple beverages. Once the seal is broken, I back and back and back and back.
I mean, these get really, really, really hot. So
You crushed it today.
Thanks.
Seriously.
You crushed it today.
Where can we find you? The brand, the website, social, everything.
So we're at Barracks Road Shopping Center, obviously, the Virginia Shop. We have an Instagram page, the Virginia Shop, at the Virginia Shop. We have a Facebook page, the VA Shop. We have a website, which is really important and really easy to order your gift baskets right now until December 18th. You can pre-book gift baskets. You can just order them from your desk and have them delivered nationwide at thevashop.net. That's thevashop.net. And you can always call us, 434-977-0080. And me or one of my staff is happy to help you and make all your Christmas dreams come true. I was supposed to make an elf pun today.
Maybe it's better today.
I was researching. I was like,
What's the elf pun?
we're very elf indulgent this time of year at the Virginia Shop. Or we're elf aware. Like, I don't know. I was thinking about these funny little...
This is the only time I think Judah smiled at work. This is laughing hysterically
like,
for Judah right here.
I was texting my friends. I was like, I want to do elf puns because it's Christmas time with Jerry Miller. And my friends were helping me and texting me, but I forgot to mention them. Anyway, that was very elfish of me. Sorry, friends.
Go to the Virginia Shop, guys. Local.
Thank
She's
you
awesome.
so much.
She's fantastic.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
This has been so much fun.
It's been fun. It's
Yeah.
been 250,000 people will see this when we're done with it.
Wow.
Guys, Tiffany Smith, she is local. She is Charlottesville. Support her business like she is kind enough to support us in this show.
Aw.
Tomorrow, we will have Nolan Stout,
Cool.
the beat writer from the Daily Progress, to talk Charlottesville City Council. We also are going to featuring entrepreneurs from here on out to the rest of the year. It's the I Love CVille Show, thanks to Greenberry's Coffee. I'm dapping you up, lady.
Yeah.
Crush it.
Yeah, thank
Be
you.
good to each other, Charlottesville. Be good to each other.
Bye.
Crush it. You crush it.
That was awesome.
That's so grateful. We'll package this together. Oh, so fun. It went by like it so quick.
Enjoy the peanuts. Give them away, whatever you need to do.
I will. I will.
Yeah.
We will have it. Are you walking out? I'm going to walk with you.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to go. I didn't take time to find street parking, so I'm just going to go to the